Tim Ford here, brothers in Bitcoin, and welcome back to the channel. And for the first time ever, Bitcoin has been down for 9 consecutive weeks. Never in Bitcoin's price history have we seen 9 consecutive red weeks. And so we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to also be explaining to you why you should not be buying Bitcoin. And so let's jump right into it. So right now we're looking at a weekly chart of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has for the first time been down for 9 consecutive weeks. This is historic, right? And this tells me that the confidence in the market has been wiped out and that it's possible that we can see further down movement. However, right now Bitcoin is holding in a strong support zone. Bitcoin has held here, we've held here, and now we're currently here where we're holding in this strong support area. Now, how long it'll continue to hold? In my previous video, I talked about consolidating cycles, and the average was about 30 days. I'm thinking it'll go for 30 days, maybe even a super cycle where it lasts up to 100 days. But again, I don't think it's going to last up to 100 days. But I'm going to link that video there so that way you can actually take a look at that. Looking at a 2-day chart of Bitcoin, and we have an RSI indicator loaded here. An RSI is the relative strength index, and it measures the magnitude of price and then determines overbought or oversold conditions. And you can see where previously we were getting lower lows, lower highs in price, but the RSI indicator was actually going in the other direction, giving us higher lows. This is what you call bullish diversions. The same thing is kind of developing here. The RSI is giving us higher lows, but price itself giving us lower lows, which is again a bullish divergence. We stayed here from about May 19th, and we actually started the rally on July 20th, and we made our way up to 69,000. And the same thing is looking very familiar here. So the question is Bitcoin gonna, just like this move, take another move up to the top, or will we just continue to consolidate just like how we have been doing for 30 days to maybe even a super cycle up to 100 days, and the price just flush down? I'm still looking at a $20,000 Bitcoin if we don't hold from here, and if we don't hold 20,000, then we can possibly see a $8,000 to $9,000 Bitcoin. Only time will tell. Also looking at Bitcoin on a daily chart, we have loaded here a Bollinger Band. If you think about the Bollinger Band, think about a rubber band. It expands before then it popped, and I'm going to show you a couple of times where the Bollinger Bands converged before it was followed by a huge move to the downside or the upside. Here, before the price rocket here, before we got this down move, here, before we got this down move. We're currently here, 29 days in the consolidation phase. The question is whether we will either make a short-term bounce or will we continue to crash down. Which leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about and why you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. Check this out. As inflation heats up, 64% of Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. This survey by Bankrate.com says less than half of Americans have savings to cover a $1,000 surprise expense. So just think about that, because I talk to people who wants to put money into Bitcoin. However, if you fall into this category where you don't even have $1,000 to cover an expense, you shouldn't be investing in Bitcoin right now. This is not financial advice. You may want to go back to the fundamentals of first making a plan for your money. Don't overspend, so that way you have enough money left over at the end of your paycheck to save, because you have to build a buffer for a rainy day. Life happens. And let's say if you did take the trade and there's volatility in the markets, all that means is that the market is up and down, up and down. And let's say a life event happens, and then you would need to enter the trade and get that money out to cover whatever expense. You may be selling your asset, or you might be selling at a bad time when the market is actually down, which can be extremely harmful. Make sure your personal finances in order before you start making trades and investing in the market, because things can be very detrimental. And if you didn't have $1,000 and something happened, that can be extremely detrimental to you as well. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Should you be investing right now? Should you just sit on the sidelines for now? All right. That's all I got. I'm Tim Ford. To the next time. Peace and love.